Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address India Ideas Summit at 9 tonight to provide perspective on building a better future. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurates IAF Commanders Meet, says nation appreciates role of Air Force in most challenging times. Flood situation remains grim in Assam. Rains cause flash floods in Shillong and Garo Hills in Meghalaya. Assam reports close to 1,700 new COVID-19 infections. Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma says positivity rate is 9.2%. And number of cured coronavirus cases crosses 7.5 lakh mark in India. Across the globe, recoveries reach 91 lakh. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Jolly Khoikia Gogoi with the news in detail. In national news first, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver the keynote address at the India Ideas Summit today. The two-day summit, which began on Tuesday, is being hosted by the US-India Business Council. This year marks the 45th anniversary of the formation of the council. The theme for this year's India Ideas Summit is Building a Better Future. Prime Minister Modi, in a tweet, said he is looking forward to addressing the summit. The Prime Minister will provide a perspective on how the US-India partnership can shape the post-COVID world. The virtual summit will witness discussions on areas including Indo-US cooperation and future of the relations between the two countries in a post-pandemic world. It will feature high-level presence from Indian and US government policymakers, state-level officials and thought leaders from business and society. Key speakers at the summit include External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. More national news. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today said the role of Indian Air Force in some of the most challenging circumstances is well regarded by the nation. Addressing the inaugural session of the Air Force Commanders Conference, Singh said IAF's contribution during the nation's response to COVID-19 pandemic has been highly praiseworthy. The theme of the three-day conference is Indian Air Force in the Next Decade. The commanders will take stock of the current operational scenario and deployments. The plan of action for operational capability enhancement of the IAF in the next decade will also be discussed. Defence Secretary Ajay Kumar and Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhadoria were among those present. "45 newly elected members of Rajya Sabha took oath today. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu administered the oath to them in the House chamber. Among the MPs who were administered the oath were Bhubaneswar Kolita and Biswajit Doimari from Assam, BJP leaders Jyotiraditya Scindia and Deepak Prakash, Congress leaders Digvijay Singh and Mallikarjun Kharge, M. Thambidurai of AIADMK, Sharad Pawar of the NCP, Union Minister Ramdas Athwale and Priyanka Chaturvedi of Shiv Sena. This is the first time that oath-taking of members took place in the House chamber during the inter-session period so as to maintain norms of physical distancing due to COVID-19.
Pen. They might have kept a pen there. Guide them here afterwards. Right.
Assam, Shri Biswajit Doimari.
Shri Biswajit Doimari.
आं मुस्रि बिस्वजित दैमारी हादोर गौतमनि बिसायखौ जानाय सासे सोद्रोमा इसोरनि मुङै समायखिरा लायोदि आंहा आयेन खान्थिजों सुजुजानाय भारत संबिजिरनि फारसे फोथायनाय थागोन आरो भारतनि सार्वभौमत्व आरो गोरोबथिखौ रैखा खालामगोन अदेबानि आंनो मावनो होनाय बिबानफोरखौ सैथोजों मावफुंगोन।
Shri Bhuvaneshwar Kalita.
I, Bhuvaneshwar Kalita, having been elected a member of the Council of States, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will be faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter.
Moving on to the northeast now. In Assam, incessant rains have thrown life out of gear at many places. Several rivers, including the mighty Brahmaputra and its tributaries, are flowing above the danger level. Over 24 lakh people have been affected by floodwaters in 25 districts. Surging waters and erosion also damaged roads, embankments and bridges. Road communication has been largely disrupted due to the floods. 44,000 people are staying at 276 relief camps. The death toll due to floods has gone up to 89 today. District administrations, in association with SDRF and NDRF, are carrying out relief and rescue measures. 130 people have been evacuated to safer places this morning. In Meghalaya, following continuous rains in the Shillong for last several days, flash floods occurred in several areas of the capital town, including Polo and Jail Road areas. Rainwaters entered many houses. It may be mentioned that several areas of Shillong lack proper drainage systems. On the other hand, the plain belt of Garo Hills witnessed a surge in water levels over the past week, with most areas getting submerged under the overflowing waters of the Brahmaputra in neighboring Assam. The surging flood waters, which affected over 175 villages in the plain belt of the Garo Hills, claimed 5 lives, including 4 minors and a woman. All of them are from Tikrikila community and rural development block in West Garo Hills. Opposition MLAs, led by leader of opposition Dr. Mukul Sangma, visited the affected areas to take stock of the situation. In Assam, another mishap struck the Baghjan oil well in Tinsukia district today. 3 foreign experts trying to extinguish the fire raging for the last 2 months in the well sustained serious injuries when they tried to open a effluent. All of them have been admitted in a hospital in Dibrugarh. Oil India Public Relations Officer Tridib Hajarika has informed oil will discuss the matter at a high-level meeting later in the day.
বিদেশী বিশেষজ্ঞ কাম কৰি থকা সময়ত তেওঁলোকৰ এটা ইনজুৰি হ'ল আজি তেওঁলোকৰ দুজনৰ মাইনৰ ইনজুৰি হৈছে আৰু এজনৰ সোঁহাতত আঘাতপ্ৰাপ্ত পোৱা বুলি আমি
In Assam, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, in a tweet, has informed that 1,680 new COVID-19 positive cases have been detected in the state, of which 570 were from Guwahati, 167 from Jorhat and 159 from Kachar. Now the total number of cases in the state is 26,772 with 64 deaths. Yet he adds that the positivity rate in the state is 9.2%. In Arunachal Pradesh, there are 858 total confirmed cases with 3 deaths reported. In Manipur, total confirmed cases is 2,015 with no death reported. In Meghalaya, total number of cases is 514 with 4 deaths. In Mizoram, the number is 317 with no casualty. In Nagaland, the number is 1,030 with 0 casualty. In Sikkim, the number of confirmed cases is 330 with 0 casualty. And in Tripura, the number is 3,331 with 8 deaths reported. In Meghalaya, Director Health Services Medical Investigation Dr. Aman War has clarified that residents are not required to unnecessarily go in for quarantine just because some persons had come into contact with a suspected COVID-19 positive patient. Speaking to reporters in Shillong, the UWAR said that if a person tests positive, the people who came into direct contact with this person are known as high-risk contacts, and such contacts have to be quarantined according to laid down protocols. Recovered cases of COVID-19 today crossed the 7.5 lakh mark in the country. The central government today said a total of 7,53,050 people affected with coronavirus have recovered in the country so far. With this, the recovery rate has reached 63.12%. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry said a record 28,472 people have recovered in the past 24 hours. Presently, the total number of active corona cases in the country is 4,11,133. The Health Ministry said a total of 37,724 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the country within 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 11,92,915. In a single day, 648 deaths have been reported, taking the nationwide toll to 28,732. However, the case fatality rate is continuously declining in the country and it has reached 2.4%. In latest on corona from across the world, total number of active cases stands at 1,51,14,511 with 91,32,287 recoveries so far, and death toll crossing 6,19,891. United States still leads at 40,28,733 with total deaths numbering 14,04,958. In Brazil, the figure stands at 21,66,532 total cases with death toll at 81,597. Russia, which is at number 4, has 7,89,190 cases with fatality count at 12,745. In Assam, the Pradesh Congress Committee today alleged that the centre and the state government are fully responsible for the deteriorating flood situation in the state. Talking to the media in Guwahati, Pradesh Congress Chief Ripun Bora said both the governments have gone back on their promise made years ago to solve the problem.
Number 5. It is number 4. Sorry, number 6 of our. Number 6, my question is 12 point.
In Meghalaya, West Jaintia Hills Police has seized a huge quantity of explosives during a Naka checking conducted by Raliang outpost personnel. The seizure included 4,500 gelatin sticks, 4,000 electronic detonators and 4 drums of diesel oil without valid documents. The driver along with 3 others were arrested in this connection. Superintendent of Police West Jaintia Hills Bikram Marak said the vehicle, which was intercepted for transporting explosives, was proceeding towards Assam via Karampani. To end the news, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address India Ideas Summit at 9 tonight to provide perspective on building a better future. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurates IAF Commanders Meet, says nation appreciates role of Air Force in most challenging times. Flood situation remains grim in Assam. Rains cause flash floods in Shillong and Garo Hills in Meghalaya. Assam reports close to 1,700 new COVID-19 infections. Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma says positivity rate is 9.2%. And number of cured coronavirus cases crosses 7.5 lakh mark in India. Across the globe, recoveries reach 91 lakh. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.